The most beautiful and mysterious women to ever rule in history was Queen Nefertiti, who baffled the world with her disappearance and the secrets surrounding her life. During her lifetime, she sparked a massive revolution in Egypt, and after her death, the greatest mystery spread. Could she truly not be of this world? Her tomb remains completely unknown, and it is said that she returned from where she came. As for the shocking tale, some claim that she transformed into a man, adding even more mystery to her persona. Nefertiti was a queen who captivated the world with her indescribable beauty, and much of her story remains unknown to us. The powerful queen who changed Egypt's history vanished suddenly, and her traces disappeared as if she had never existed on our planet, or perhaps she returned to her unknown world. Yet, one thing remains on Egyptian soil to confirm that her feet once walked this land: her iconic bust. In this episode, we will discuss Nefertiti's reign, her completely mysterious fate, the legend of her transforming into a man, the myth that she was an alien, and finally, the mystery of her unknown tomb. What does the name Nefertiti mean? It means the beautiful one has come. According to historical texts and sculptures, Nefertiti was extraordinarily beautiful, so much so that Egyptian artists called her the perfect woman, and she is remembered as one of the most beautiful women to ever rule in history. Nefertiti lived in the 14th century BCE and was one of the most influential women of her time. Little is known about her origins, and many strange claims exist about her background. Some believe she may have come from the Levant, while others claim she was not of this earth at all. We will return to this point later, but first let us shed light on the period during which Nefertiti ruled and her prominent role in the flourishing of the Pharaonic kingdom. Nefertiti and her husband, Pharaoh Akhenaten, changed many aspects of Egyptian life during their era. First, they initiated a great revolution in Egypt, introducing the concept of monotheism to the religions and rituals that had been followed for thousands of years, so that the people came to worship one god, the sun god Aten. Aten was depicted in sculptures and manuscripts as a sun disk emitting rays of light, and it appears that Nefertiti and her husband acted as intermediaries between the people and Aten, through whom the god bestowed life upon the world. Here it is worth noting an intriguing point. There is a perspective that challenges the common belief that the god worshipped by Pharaoh Akhenaten and Queen Nefertiti was the sun god. Some believe that the disk, portrayed as the sun, is actually an extremely advanced technology unknown to humanity today, and has been misinterpreted for centuries. No one knows the truth. Secondly, Queen Nefertiti's rule promoted equality between men and women, as she appears in sculptures and images wearing a pharaonic crown similar to her husband's, and striking down enemies in battle just like male kings. Thirdly, the reign of Nefertiti and her husband witnessed significant economic prosperity, and living conditions improved noticeably. Remarkably, when Akhenaten and Nefertiti came to power, they moved Egypt's capital from Thebes to Amarna, and built a new city from scratch. Scholars believe Nefertiti's reign was relatively short, yet it remains surrounded by mystery. A pivotal moment was the death of one of their daughters, Meritaten. Shortly after her death, Queen Nefertiti disappeared completely from wall reliefs and inscriptions, making her fate, death, and even the location of her tomb the greatest mystery to this day. However, a major scientific discovery may significantly alter our understanding of the location of her tomb, the tomb of King Tutankhamun. Before discussing Queen Nefertiti's tomb, here is an intriguing theory. Try not to get lost in the names. Some scholars believe that the reason for Nefertiti's sudden disappearance was that she assumed the identity of a man named Smenkhkare, who ruled Egypt after the death of Pharaoh Akhenaten, who is said to have been his father. However, little is known about his brief reign, and he remains a highly mysterious historical figure. Yes, the story is tangled and deeply mysterious. Smenkhkare bears inscriptions under the name Enkheperure Neferneferuaten. And here comes the intriguing part. Listen closely. Smenkhkare shares with Queen Nefertiti the name Neferneferuaten, which is a feminine name meaning the supreme beauty of Aten. Several theories have been proposed to explain the true identity of Smenkhkare, the most prominent of which suggests that Enkheperure Neferneferuaten was actually Nefertiti under a new name, and she assumed his identity in order to rule as pharaoh. Now you might be wondering, what is the connection between Nefertiti and Tutankhamun? First point, Nefertiti was the wife of Tutankhamun's father, Pharaoh Akhenaten. Second point, it is possible that Queen Nefertiti's tomb is secretly buried within the chambers of Tutankhamun's tomb, or that her tomb might even be the same tomb. King Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered in 1922, yet for years, archaeologists were unable to locate Queen Nefertiti's tomb. However, in 2015, a discovery emerged that could change history and uncover the mystery surrounding Queen Nefertiti. Nicholas Reeves, a scholar from the University of Arizona, announced that through digital scans of Tutankhamun's tomb, evidence may have been found pointing to Nefertiti's burial site. Where? Inside a hidden chamber within the pharaoh's tomb. Digital surveys and wall density studies revealed concealed openings within Tutankhamun's tomb, possibly leading to secret passageways that could reach other burial chambers. Egyptian archaeologists believe that these corridors may lead to the tomb of Queen Nefertiti, wife of Pharaoh Akhenaten. It is also believed that Tutankhamun inherited Nefertiti's tomb for one reason. The tomb is very ordinary compared to the tombs of previous pharaohs, which were enormous, with many chambers and elaborate inscriptions. In contrast, Tutankhamun's tomb was relatively small and modest for a pharaoh's burial. This is not the end. There is an old, intriguing theory that Queen Nefertiti and her husband, Pharaoh Akhenaten, were not of this planet, and there are several reasons for this. First, Nefertiti's parents remain unknown. According to some ancient Egyptian manuscripts, Egyptian deities would leave the earth and return from time to time. This could mean that Nefertiti's parents were from another world, what we might call extraterrestrials today, and therefore, so was Nefertiti herself. Second, the appearance of Queen Nefertiti and her husband is unlike that of any other ancient pharaohs. In sculptures and manuscripts, they are depicted with extremely elongated heads. And that's not all. Pharaoh Akhenaten is often shown with broad hips and a protruding belly over his belt, leading some to believe that he was not entirely male or female, but rather a being from another planet. Strange as it may seem, regardless of Nefertiti's true nature or fate, one thing is certain. The bust of Nefertiti is priceless and currently resides in Germany. The story of this statue dates back to 1912, when a German archaeologist discovered the pharaoh's half-bust while excavating at Amarna. Experts consider the Nefertiti bust to be a masterpiece of ancient Egyptian craftsmanship, noting that its appeal lies in its lifelike quality and vitality. After everything we've explored in this episode, what do you think? Did Nefertiti assume a male pharaoh's identity to rule Egypt again? Or was she an extraterrestrial returning to her world? Or was she truly a female queen? Her death, and the location of her tomb, remain mysteries that humanity has yet to uncover. Think about it. This is Nefertiti, one of the greatest secrets of Egypt, among many others. And while you ponder, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel for more mysteries.